Anime often feels magical, not in a sense of spells or superpowers, but in how it brings characters and stories to life in a way that feels real and immersive. While many people tend to focus on characters or animation, I want to ask a more personal question. What is your favorite anime scene? For me, I often watch anime because of specific moments that stand out. Whether it's an epic battle or a heart-wrenching emotional turning point. In fact, I'd say 60% of the time I stick with an anime because I'm waiting for that key scene to unfold. Like Luffy finding the One Piece, Shield Hero getting his revenge, or Futaro picking the best girl in the quintessential quintuplets. It's moments like these that keep me glued to the screen and craving for more. But it's not just the big moments that have a lasting impact. Sometimes it's smaller, more personal scenes that resonate deeply with us. Scenes that, while not pivotal to the plot, hold meaning that we can't fully explain but feel in our hearts. These moments linger with us, inspire us, and live rent-free in our minds long after the credits roll. Today, I want to talk about 3 scenes that have left the mark on me, not just as a viewer, but as a person. I would want to talk about every scene that impacted me, but this video would take hours. So I'm talking about 3. One of those scenes comes from March Comes Like a Lion, which is easily one of my favorite anime of all time, rivaling only Honey and Clover. And that's fitting since both were written by the same author. March Comes In Like a Lion follows Rei Kiriyama, a young professional shogi player battling loneliness, depression, and the pressure of his career. After losing his family at a young age, Rei isolates himself, using shogi as his only connection to the world. As he grows, both as a player and a person, he forms new bonds with the Kawamoto sisters, who help him rediscover the warmth of a family and friendship. But what stands out for me in this anime is a particular moment in Season 2, Episode 15, Rei's match against Soya, the greatest shogi player of all time. In a commemorative match, this scene wasn't flashy or filled with high stakes for the plot, but it was deeply meaningful. Both Rei and Soya are the youngest prodigies to turn pro. Soya at the top of his game, and Rei an up-and-coming talent. Their match showcased a love for shogi that went beyond victory and defeat. Despite losing, Rei wasn't upset. Instead, he was awestruck by the beauty of Soya's play, transported to a world of shogi he had never seen before. It was a moment of pure inspiration where Rei realized there was so much more to learn, deepening his love for the game. I love this scene, and it's really hard to explain it, but the moment of Rei versing Soya was one of the greatest episodes I've seen in anime. Another unforgettable scene comes from A Place Further Than the Universe. I talked a lot about this in my last video right here, but it's where the girls find themselves running through the streets of Shinjuku, trying to escape the people in charge of the Antarctica project. And what makes this scene so powerful is that they're not even sure why they're running. They just know they need to. There's no elaborate plan, no clear distinction, but in that chaotic moment, it becomes a symbol of their journey, to chase their dreams. It reflects the desire to break free from the ordinary and take a leap toward the unknown, even if they don't fully understand what lies ahead. This spontaneous and exhilarating moment perfectly captures the thrill and fear of pursuing something greater. And it resonates with anyone who's ever dared to go after their dreams, no matter how certain the path may be. Now, I was thinking, maybe for my last scene, I should probably pick a shonen, something more relatable. But when I'm thinking about shonens, I think about a lot of action and fighting scenes, and there are countless iconic moments I could talk about. But one particular shonen really stood out in my head. Katekyo Hitman Reborn. This was one of the first shonen anime I watched growing up, and the most memorable moment for me was the one-on-one battles for the Vangala rings. Now, for a brief synopsis, Reborn follows Tsuna, a unremarkable, very cliche high school student who discovers he's next in line to become the boss of the Vangala Familia. To prepare him for this role, he's trained by a baby hitman named Reborn. As Tsuna's journey progresses, he and his friends face numerous challenges, including the Vangala ring battles. It's fights between representatives of the Vangala family and rival mafia families, with each combatant fighting for a control of a ring that symbolizes their strength and connection to the mafia world. The scene that always sticks out to me is the lightning ring battle, not because of its deep meaning, but because at the time I was watching it, it was just so cool. One of the characters, Lambo, who is only 5 years old, he has a weapon called the 10-year bazooka. It allows him to summon his future self for a short period of time. Throughout this series, Lambo often uses it when he gets scared, but during this battle, his 15-year-old self is summoned, like always, to fight for him in the ring. But unfortunately, he loses. And in a last-ditch effort, the bazooka summons 25-year-old self. And this has never happened before. And the transformation was the coolest thing I've ever seen at the time. The animation, the sudden shift in power, it was unforgettable. While the anime itself has definitely aged, I still remember watching that moment for the first time and thinking it was the most epic moment ever. These are the moments that stick with us as anime fans. The scenes that, whether for their emotional depth, sheer excitement, or personal significance, become part of who we are. They inspire us, they entertain us, and they remind us why we love this medium in the first place. Thanks for listening.